Hi, this is Eric from Longbox Review at longboxreview.wordpress.com. Wanted to take a look at the previews catalog for November 2013 and talk about a few of the titles. Well, as you can see here, more than just a few, but several titles that I ordered that are new to me or I found interesting and wanted to let you know about. So first up, from Dark Horse is the new Serenity Leaves on the Wind limited series. This is a 6-issue series for $3.50. This is by Zach Whedon is the writer. George Genti is the penciler. Carl Story is the... is that inker? I believe so. Anyway, so we get another adventure set in the Serenity Firefly universe, and as you can see, the Where's Serenity hashtag that Dark Horse is trying to push on us. I love the Firefly universe, I always have, but so I am anxiously looking forward to reading this, and as it says right here, Zach Whedon writes the canonical follow-up to the film, so that'll be interesting. The question is, will I get this in trade? So I guess it depends on how good it actually is. Zach Whedon proves to be a pretty good successor to Joss Whedon's work. So, in the art, at least Serenity here by Mr. Genti is pretty good. I'm not too keen on his likenesses. However, I've been reading his work for years now on the Buffy comic, and I kind of wish that they had gotten somebody else to do this. But we'll see how it goes in the end. And here we go. This is X, number 1, as you can see there. Number 1 for $1. 1 for $1. So that's Dark Horse's push to get you to try something. And the reason I'm doing this is because I got a recommendation from someone on my blog. W. Wayne left a comment saying that he really liked this comic and he recommended I pick it up. So I saw this, and this is before I got previews, and so I decided to try it out. It was fortuitous, so here it is, X number 1 for $1, so I'm giving that a shot. And if you're interested, W. Wayne is on WordPress at wwayne.wordpress.com. He does what I think what looks to be movie and book reviews or discussions about movies and books. It's in Italian, so I have to run it through Google Translate. So you should check that out if you'd like. Moving on to DC. Here we have the World's Finest Annual number 1 by Paul Levitz with art by Diogenes Nevis and Mark Deering. And so this is 48 pages for $5, but as you can see here, it's one of those flashback tales featuring Huntress as Robin and Supergirl, or Power Girl as Supergirl. So I'm always a sucker for those. And next on the previous page, I should have went there first, Earth 2 Annual number 2 by Tom Taylor, art by Robson Rocha and Scott Hanna. So this is the origin tale of the Earth 2 Batman. So it's interesting that they're doing this soon. I have a feeling that maybe Jim Robinson was not going to do this that soon based on some comments he's made, but here they are, they're doing it. We're going to find out who the new Batman is. Let's see, next up here is another annual from DC, Batman Superman Annual number 1, written by Greg Pak, art by Jay Lee, Ed Benes, and others. Kind of hate that. This is 48 pages for $5.99. So hold on. 48 pages for $4.99. 48 pages for $4.99. 48 pages for $5.99. What the heck? Okay. Anyway, so this is the first meeting of Supergirl and Red Hood, Steel and Supergirl, and more as the competing Batman and Superman families must battle for the control of the missing Mongols fortress. And at the heart of it, Batman and Superman deal with their grief over their fallen comrades. Okay. What else is DC gonna hit me for? Oh, look at this. A mega-sized anniversary spectacular Detective Comics number 27. So, of course, this is, comics love their numbers, as we comic fans do as well. And so this is commemorating Batman's first appearance in Detective Comics number 27, way back in the 1939. So here we are in 2013 with Detective Comics number 27. This is written by a bunch of people. And I'm not going to go through the list. Art by a bunch of people as well. Ooh, but including Frank Miller and Neil Adams. That's interesting. Okay, so there you go. Detective Comics number 27. Oh, this is, here we go, 96 pages for $7.99. I don't understand the pricing schemes here. I just want to mention this. I love this cover, this Batgirl cover. I'm not reading that comic anymore, but this is by Alex Garner. It just looks pretty cool. Okay, so here, Smallville Season 11 Special Number 4, written by Brian Q. Miller with art by Kat Staggs. Again, 48 pages for $4.99. I guess that's kind of the standard, unless you're a Batman Superman title, and you get $1 more out of us. Anyway, this features a new Titans team set in the Smallville universe. So it was actually Peter Rios of the Daily Rios who mentioned this on Twitter, and of course I saw that and I'm like, oh, I gotta order that. If it has to do with the Titans, I wanna check it out. Plus it's Brian Q. Miller, so it should be interesting. Okay, here we go. Can you recognize that iconic cover? This is the Legion of Superheroes, the Great Darkness Saga trade paperback new edition. I don't have this in trade, which is why I'm ordering it. So this is one of the best stories ever put out by Mr. Levitz in the Legion universe, and it'd be nice to have that in a nice trade and read it whenever I like, without digging out all my comics. Speaking of trades, also from DC, well, Vertigo, is the FBP, Federal Bureau of Physics, Volume 1, trade paperback. I've heard nothing but good things about this title. Back when it was called Collider at first, and now it's FBP, so I'm picking that up. This is written by Simon Oliver, art by Robbie Rodriguez, and it's 160 pages for $9.99. Wow. There you go, $10 for 160 pages. Compare that to the Batman Superman annual, and you're really not getting what you should out of that. Okay, I guess this is the month for trades for me. This is from Image Comics. I'm getting the Satellite Sam first trade. This is by Matt Fraction with art and cover by Howard Chaykin, 144 pages for $14.99. You get Satellite Sam number 1 through 5. I've heard nothing but good things about this title, so I thought I'd check it out with the provocative cover. Yes. All right, I guess we're moving on to Marvel, which, as you can see here, there are quite a few things that I'm looking at. First of all is the all-new Marvel Now .1 number 1. I've been getting these .1s, I think a couple times now that Marvel's released it. So I thought, what the heck, I'll just get this one too. And again, this is written by a bunch of people and drawn by a bunch of people. Including, Mike Allred, Lee Garbett, Phil Noto. Written by Dan Slott, James Robinson, Nick Spencer, among others. So we'll see how that turns out. And coming out of the Infinity storyline, and where Black Bolt released the Terrigen mists, and so a bunch of people are now turning into Inhumans. Here we have a series, I believe, by Matt Fraction and Joe Madura doing the art, called Inhuman. So, wow, Matt Fraction's doing a lot of stuff. I wonder if he can keep up. I mentioned Jim Robinson before, and here he is doing the All New Invaders #1. Is it and? No, not and #2. Some of these are #2 as well, double shipping. Anyway, Steve Pugh is doing the art. So I remember a long time ago, one of the comics I picked up from the late 70s was an Invaders comic, and ever since then I've loved those characters. So I'm really curious to see what they're going to do, what James Robinson specifically is going to do with these characters in Marvel, in the Marvel universe. Considering what he's done for the Starman stories and characters, you know, featuring Golden Age characters of DC. So, oh, and the Golden Age too. Jonathan Hickman is coming out of his Infinity and Avengers stories with this new title called Avengers World, and it's an Avengers World or Avengers World. That phrase has been used in Infinity, and actually I think in the Avengers title that he started with. So this makes sense. It looks, you know, just this is a book that has everybody and their dog as Avengers, I'm assuming. So anyway, this is Jonathan Hickman and Nick Spencer doing the writing, with Stefano Caselli on art, and you can see the John Cassaday cover on the right, and on the left is an Art Adams cover. And here's one of the double shipping ones, Avengers World #2. And here we go, another double shipping, but this is Black Widow #1. Look at that. Look at that Phil Noto cover. And he's on art, as you can see here, with Nathan Edmondson doing the writing. So they're focusing on her as a spy, I believe. Yeah, so it says, but on her own time, she searches for atonement for her past as a KGB assassin. So anyway, looking forward to that. Despite the fact that it is double shipping. So here's the cover to #2. All right. And finally, I'm not ordering this, but I wanted to point it out. This is the Miracle Man #1 and 2. This is a collection of the Miracle Man title that came out way back in the 80s. Looks like issue 1 includes material originally presented in Warrior #1 and Miracle Man #1, plus the Marvel Man primer. Issue 2 includes material originally presented in Warrior 1 through 5, plus bonus material. And these are both, oh no, they're not. Issue 1 is 64 pages, issue 2 is 48 pages, and a price difference of $1, so the first one's $5.99 and the second one is $4.99. And as you can see here, I find this funny. Who's writing it, or who do they credit as the writer? The original writer and Mick Anglo, which Mick Anglo, if you know your Marvel Man history, he's considered the creator of the character. The original writer is, of course, Alan Moore. But you get Gary Leach, Alan Davis, Paul Neary, Steve Dillon, and Mick Anglo on art on these things, and you get a Joe Quesada cover and a bunch of other people as well. Ooh, issue 2 cover by Alan Davis. Always nice. So if you missed out on Miracle Man back in the 80s, here's your chance to get these. I think what I've heard is that they're going to reprint all of the Miracle Man issues through the original run, and I believe finish out the story that Neil Gaiman started when the publisher went under. So I'll be getting that stuff. I probably will, when they come out with the trades, I'll probably get these in trades. I have the original run up through issue 23 or 24, but I did not get the final issue that was published, so I'm anxious to read that. And I also believe that they're going to be doing some original work, or at least to finish out the storyline that Gaiman started. So that's Marvel. And then just a couple more things here. Okay, here we go. Finishing off the Hypernaturals story. This is volume 3 the trade. This collects issues 9 through 12 of the story by Dan Abnett and Andy Lanning, with art by Tom Derenick and Andres Guinaldo. I have loved this series. The first 2 trades I got, I love it. I love it. I love it. It's very much old school Legion of Superheroes with more of a modern spin on it. So I just enjoyed the hell out of it. So I'm getting that trade. And okay, here we go. And finally, I have been loving looking at these. I'm gonna try and say this. Kotobukiya. I probably just mangled that. Anyway, the Artifacts statues, Artifacts Plus statues here. Ever since they came out with the Superman one, I don't remember how long ago that was, and I've been wanting to get each and every one of these. And then finally they come out with a Nightwing, so I have to get it. I have to get it. Look at that price. Anyway, doesn't that look beautiful? It'll go nicely with my collection of Dick Grayson as Nightwing / Robin figures that I already have. Alright, that is it. Those are all the new things I've decided to order this month from the Previews November catalog. Let me know what you're getting, or if you have any recommendations for me that I haven't mentioned. I'd love to hear from you, and you can do so by leaving comments below, or you can email me at longboxreview@gmail.com. Bye-bye.